This is Iran, one of the oldest civilizations in the world. For almost the past 500 years, Iran has existed on the world map with these same borders. And there is hardly a superpower in the world that hasn't clashed with Iran, whether it be the Romans, Arabs, Mongols, Turks, Russians, or the British. Every superpower has tried to conquer Iran, mainly because Iran is at the crossroads of the world. This is the only country that connects Europe, Africa, and Asia. Today's Iran shares borders with 7 countries. On the eastern side with Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan, and on the western side with Iraq, Turkey, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. In addition to these, Iran also has access to 3 seas. In the north, it has the Caspian Sea, and in the south, the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. On Iran's southern side is one of the world's most important and dangerous points, known as the Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil and gas supply passes through this point. Since the 1970s, Iran has controlled 7 islands near the Strait of Hormuz, although these islands were previously under UAE's control. Similarly, in the Caspian Sea, the Ashura Island has been under Iran's control. For the last 40 years, Iran has been a headache for the Western world. But what makes Iran so difficult to conquer, despite its powerful military and economy? Every country understands that a direct attack on Iran can backfire significantly. Iran's geography, along with other reasons, plays a major role in making it unconquerable. In today's video, we'll see how Iran's history, geography, and proxy wars have made it so powerful. First, let's understand Iran's geography. On Iran's southern and western sides is the Zagros mountain range, stretching from the coastline to Iraq and up to Turkey. This mountain range provides a tremendous natural defense for Iran. This entire area is very rocky, making it extremely difficult to cross. In 1980, when Iraq attacked Iran, its plan was to capture this Khuzestan region first, and then move further into Iranian cities to crush the Iranian Revolution, as Arab countries feared its influence might spread to them. However, Iraqi forces could only reach as far as Khuzestan within 2 years and struggled to cross the Zagros Mountains to occupy Iran. Eventually, Iraqi forces were pushed back, even deep into Iraq. But Iran also faced challenges, as getting supplies to its army became difficult, because most of Iran's major depots and cities were on the other side of the Zagros range. This is one reason why, after 8 years, the war ended without any territorial changes. Similarly, in Iran's north, the Alborz mountain range along the Caspian Sea provides northern protection. These mountains not only offer natural defense, but also rich resources like uranium, silver, gold, and zinc. Iran has the world's largest zinc reserves. The discovery of vast oil and gas reserves near the Persian Gulf in the 20th century added to Iran's strategic advantage. Today, Iran holds about 10% of the world's oil reserves and 15% of its natural gas reserves. Iran's 2,500-kilometer coastline, divided between 2 seas, also offers protection. Bandar Abbas, Iran's largest seaport, is only 70 kilometers away from the Strait of Hormuz, a major geopolitical leverage point for Iran. If Iran were to block this point with its navy, the world economy would collapse, as 15% of global energy supplies pass through here to Asia and Europe. If someone manages to cross this coastline and the 2 mountain ranges to enter Iran, there's another massive barrier, the Dasht-e Lut and Kavir deserts. The Lut Desert is known as the hottest place on Earth, where a temperature of 70 degrees Celsius was recorded in 2005. Crossing this harsh terrain is nearly impossible. Today, Iran's geopolitical strategy further strengthens it. Iran has a population of around 90 million, of which 95% are Shia Muslims. Around 62% of the population are Persians, 16% are Azeri, 10% are Kurds, and the remaining 12% are Baluchis, Lurs, Arabs, and Turks. Before the 1979 Shia Revolution, Iran was a liberal country and a strong ally of the US in the region, even receiving military jets from the US. However, when Ayatollah Khamenei came to power, everything changed. You might be surprised to know that before 1979, Iran and Israel had good relations. In fact, Iran was the second largest Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel in 1948. But Ayatollah Khamenei declared Israel Iran's #1 enemy, cut all diplomatic ties, canceled flights to Israel, and converted the Israeli embassy in Tehran into a Palestinian embassy. This strained Iran's relations not only with Israel and the US, but also with the surrounding Arab states, who were wary of the Shia revolution's ideology spreading to their kingdoms. In 1980, several Arab states backed Saddam Hussein in his attack on Iran. Iran realized that to survive, it would have to extend its ideology to other countries because the Arab states surrounding it were its staunch enemies. Iran began supporting groups that opposed Israel or Zionism, such as Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Fatemiyun Brigade in Syria, al-Badr in Iraq, and the Houthis in Yemen. This network, known as the Axis of Resistance, allows Iran to pressure Israel and Arab states, making them think twice before acting against it. Iran's drone technology is also worth mentioning. Iran has developed an extensive arsenal of drones and ballistic missiles, establishing itself as a regional military power. Its drones, including models like the Shahed 129, Shahed 136, and Mohajer 6, are used for surveillance, reconnaissance, and attack, some with ranges up to 1,500 kilometers. These cost-effective drones enable Iran to engage in indirect warfare through regional allies like the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Iraqi militias, projecting influence without direct confrontation. Iran's ballistic missile program includes short and medium-range missiles, such as the Fahm-110, Shahab-3, and Sejil-2, with ranges up to 2,000 kilometers. Enhanced by solid-fuel technology and GPS guidance, these missiles offer rapid launch and precision, serving Iran's anti-access area denial (A2AD) strategy to deter attacks near the Strait of Hormuz. By proliferating its technology to allies, Iran extends its reach and complicates retaliation. This arsenal boosts Iran's unconventional warfare strategy, creating a potent deterrent while amplifying its regional influence despite sanctions. In January 2024, when the Houthis launched drone attacks on passing container ships, France used a $1 million air defense missile to shoot down a Houthi drone that cost only $20,000, which Iran supplied to the Houthis. According to a 2022 report from the U.S. Central Command, Iran possesses the most advanced ballistic missiles in the Middle East. In short, Iran's geography, proxy strategy, and drone technology make it a powerful country despite Western sanctions and a relatively small official economy. Iran has significant leverage due to the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb within its missile range, giving it a powerful geopolitical advantage. Moreover, Russia and China are now unofficially supporting Iran.